Hi, I'm live. All right, so I'm going to give you guys a second to get on to get your notifications from YouTube. If you're watching the replay, hi, welcome. Still leave your questions. My name is Stephanie Perry. I'm a house sitter and I'm in Mexico right now. And I talk to Black women who want to take some time off of work to travel on a budget. I help them do that. Also, if you're looking to move abroad and you want some information, this channel is for you. So make sure that you are subscribed and turn on notifications, and you'll be notified when I post a new video. Welcome. All right, so today, surprise, surprise, we're going to talk about the ways that I have made money online. Okay, some of these I've made enough money to support myself. Some of these I've only made enough money to buy a coffee every month. Okay, so we're going to talk. I'm just going to give you the info. This was requested, I think, by Saren. I'm sorry, I don't remember. It was a special request on another live stream that I did. I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was. But thank you for requesting this because this is really helpful. So I'm going to run through 10 and a half ways that I have made money online. Ask me your questions, and then I will circle back and answer your questions. If you think that I'm going to answer your question and so you don't want to ask it anyway, because I am not good at predicting what people are going to ask. I am not a mind reader. You're going to have to ask the question if you want it answered. So I'm going to go through the 10 and a half ways that I've made money online. I think it was you, Saren. I think. Now that I see Lovely Day 6, it may have been her. But anyway, so we're going to run through them. I'm going to answer all of your questions, give you all of the information. What I learned from Exodus Summit is that it's time to talk money, because a lot of us are not just looking to take a sabbatical. I preach the sabbatical. I preach taking time to rest. A lot of us are already hip to the fact that once we take a sabbatical, we're not going to want to come back. So we might as well get our money together today so that we can stay gone. I'm in on that. I'm down. Okay, so let's talk. Hi, Janice. Hi, everyone. Oh my gosh, so nice to see you. Hi, Cassandra. Justice, hey, girl. Is up to you. Hi. All right. So let's oh freaking, I left my list in the house. Can you believe that? Let me see. I also have it on here. So I'm going to run through the 10 ways. And again, they're in no particular order, but the money is the barrier. People think the money is the barrier, but it's really not. That's why we're going to talk about this, right? Because I'm going to make it so clear to you that the money is not the thing that's holding you back. First of all, I've got a whole bunch of videos on how inexpensive it is to travel full-time or to move abroad somewhere and live somewhere full-time. Very inexpensive. Rashida, career break coach, Rashida Dow always says you can probably live abroad on what you're spending just on housing in the US. Okay, so this is what we're talking about. We're talking about how to work from anywhere, right? How to work online. If this is 10 and a half, because one of these isn't online, but it's work from anywhere. We're going to talk about making money so that you can live abroad, so that you can finance your life abroad. All right, number one, virtual assistant. I was a virtual assistant for the beginning of my out of the US life, right? So you may not know, I took a year where I quit my job to travel on savings. When that was done, I then had to find a way to live and travel without money because I had spent it all. So I started house sitting and I started virtual assistant work. I started with Upwork. Upwork is not my favorite. Asia Rutledge, who is doing Life Afraid without the G on Instagram, does better with Upwork than I do or did. But there are platforms like Upwork where you can find people who need a certain service and do that for them for cash, right? So my very first Upwork job was I did 10 social media posts for a nonprofit organization for Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. Simple. I know how to create social media posts. They want to pay me to make social media posts. Done. Okay. So Upwork is a place where you have some sort of skill. You go and you find people, you bid, they accept you, you do the work for them. It can work. I just struggled with it. Part of it is that I was trying to learn the skill. I would bid get accepted, and then have to learn the skill, right? And so the first time when you're learning a skill, you're not making as much money doing the thing because you have to learn it, right? And that's calculated into your hours worked because you're not paid hourly, you're paid by the project. I'm going in too deep about Upwork because you may not even be interested. But if you already have a skill that you know you can turn into money, it's probably better than if you're going there and trying to learn the skill and then getting paid to do it. And then you just have to be careful with people who want the world for $30. You know, platforms like that. It was much better for me in my virtual assistant business once I started my own business and went out and found my own clients. So number 1 was virtual assistant. We're going to circle back to all of these, so ask your questions. Number 2, I taught English online. This is something that I did mostly to be able to tell other people when they asked me questions about it, right? Because, you know, I do one-on-one calls about sabbaticals and about house sitting and stuff. So people want to ask me about teaching English online. So I joined Cambly and Palfish. Being a native English speaker is a commodity, right? It's money in the bank. You can sell this. You're a native English speaker. People will pay you to speak to them in English, right? To tutor them. There are different platforms out there, and we can talk a little bit more about some of the different platforms. But tutoring English online is very popular among full-time travelers and among expats who are in an inexpensive country and just need to make money, you know, to eat, to live. I taught English online very briefly. I think they were both around 10 to 15 US dollars per hour, right? When you're house sitting somewhere, you're house sitting in Mexico and you're only spending $10 a day on food, boom, no problem. This is a viable option. Okay, virtual assistant, I taught English online. Number 3 is stock photos. This is one where I only make like enough money for coffee. I think my best month as a stock photo seller was just this summer, and I made $24 one month this summer. I have a photo of me sitting in Australia on a pier at sunrise, and I put some keywords, quarantine, isolation, social distancing, and people bought that so that they could use it in their blog posts and articles and stuff about quarantine and social distancing and stuff. So that stock photo is my best seller now, but that does not make me an expert on stock photos. But I've done it. All right. Virtual assistant, I taught English online. I've sold stock photos. I have merch. Number 4. I sell merch on Amazon and on Redbubble. You know, you can open up your own shop on Amazon and sell t-shirts and other things. So I've never bothered to put the other things in my shop. I just have t-shirts. On Redbubble, I have t-shirts, mugs, stickers, tote bags, whatever. My original plan was to take some of my travel photos because I have amazing photos from my sabbatical, from my gap year. I really do. I'm talking iPhone photos. Right. I'm not a photographer. I don't have a real camera, but I'm talking about I have some beautiful photos. So my original plan was I'm going to sell these on these platforms. They didn't sell. Surprise, surprise, they didn't sell. But what does sell is some text designs that I've done, right? So I have a t-shirt or a design, peace, love, and Oxford commas. Writers like it. I sell 1 or 2 of something of those a week. Sometimes it's a couple t-shirts. Sometimes it's just a couple stickers. A couple t-shirts will give me $10, $12, depending on the price. A couple stickers will give me like 50 cents, you know. But I do sell merch on Amazon and Redbubble. Now, if you go to Amazon and you put in peace, love, and Oxford commas, I was the first person to put up that design. Amazon is full of like pirates. So you'll probably see 100 designs that say peace, love, and Oxford commas today. On Redbubble, they don't seem to steal your designs as much. So if you're considering doing some merch online, I like Redbubble. The margins are a little lower, but you can always charge more for your stuff. I keep my stuff at the base price that everyone seems to charge, but you can charge more for your designs if you think they're going to sell, you know, so that you can get more of the margin. All right, virtual assistant, taught English online, stock photos, merch, transcriptionist. This should be the first one because it's the worst one. We should start with the worst and end with the best. Transcription work is another thing that I did so that I could tell my clients when I'm doing one-on-one calls with them about it. Because it was kind of popular. When I was out doing my sabbatical, when I was out traveling, there's what they would say: I do transcription work for Rev. Transcription work seems to be the kind of thing where you need to stick with it and get like seniority or something on the platform. With Rev, you start out and you're getting the worst of the worst audio to transcribe. Transcription work is priced funny, right? So they'll be like, here's 60 minutes of audio. Transcribe this 60 minutes of audio for $60. That sounds fine, except that it's probably going to take you 4 or 5 times that to transcribe it. I'm a decent typist. I've done data entry work in my younger days. I'm decent. And it's just, I couldn't find a way to make it worth the money because the audio that you're getting in the very beginning on a site like Rev is not good quality. I remember the very first thing I did, it sounded like the man was on a runway with airplanes literally taking off over him. And English was definitely not his first or second language. His accent was so strong, I just couldn't get through the audio, right? I don't even know how long it took me. It was probably like an 8-minute clip or something. I mean, it took me all day, right? So now here I've earned $8 for an entire day's work. So transcription work, if you have some sort of special transcription skill, it's a thing that people do. But I think it's the worst thing on the list. I think of all the things I've done for money, it's the worst. Again, I didn't stick with it. It was never my plan to stick with it. I just wanted to do it to show people, so that when I started talking to clients, I could say, this is a yay or this is a nay. All right. Virtual assistant, taught English, stock photos, merch, Rev. Okay. Affiliate sales. Number 6. This is one that not enough people do. And it's something I really like talking about, but it's not for everyone. If you have some sort of platform online, like a YouTube channel or a podcast or a blog, or some strong followers on some social media platform, or lots of Pinterest ability. You don't need a lot of followers on Pinterest, but you need to know what you're doing on Pinterest. If you have access to one of those, affiliate sales is a great way to make money. Affiliate sales is much more make money while you sleep than some of the other stuff that people say is make money while you sleep. That's really not. Okay. So I am an affiliate for Trusted House Sitters. I'm a house sitter. I house sit through Trusted House Sitters, and I talk about Trusted House Sitters. In my video, when I say use my link, join Trusted House Sitters, get the discount, I get a percentage of your membership fee, right? You pay your membership fee to Trusted House Sitters, and Trusted House Sitters pays me an affiliate commission. Boom. They're my biggest affiliate partnership, and it's something that anyone can do. I recommend it. I talk about Skillshare in some videos. Usually when I talk about money in videos, I talk about Skillshare. When I talk about, how I started my virtual assistant business and I needed to go out and learn some stuff, learn how to make a landing page. I learned that stuff from Skillshare. You all know about Skillshare. Anybody who's ever watched a YouTube video knows that you get that Skillshare is a partner. They give you an affiliate commission. And we're talking money, not free months. Same with Trusted House Sitter. I'm not talking about getting free months with Trusted House Sitter. I'm talking about getting cash money. Most, either PayPal or you give them your direct bank info and they send it over. SiteGround, right? I'm a SiteGround affiliate. SiteGround is my blog host. When I was working with virtual assistant clients and they were like, I'm starting from scratch. I need to get my website built. I need to start a website. I'd be like, all right, join WordPress and get a SiteGround membership to host your website. Boom, I get the SiteGround affiliate commission. Amazon is probably the biggest out there. Because of the stuff that I talk about, I don't make big money as an Amazon affiliate, but I still do. So anytime I mention a book and that book is in the comments and you click the link and head over to Amazon, I get a share of your purchase. I get a percentage of your purchase. That's how affiliate commissions work. I interviewed Queen, who is here in Lake Chapala. She's in, I think she stays in San Antonio. Queen, we interviewed her here on this channel. We talked to her about her life in Lake Chapala on, I want to say less than $1,000, just over $1,000 a month, right? Queen's life in Lake Chapala. And we talked about the fact that she wrote a book called Considerations, A Guide to Moving Abroad. Literally every day. That video is a super performer. Literally every day someone watches that video and buys her book. I get a commission. So Queen gets her sale as the author and I get a commission on that. It's small, but it's there. And Amazon also gives you a commission on everything they purchase during that transaction. Almost everything. So affiliate sales are wonderful. I see some questions popping up. Don't be afraid to ask because I am going to circle back to everything. I just want to run through all 10 so that people will know if it's worth watching. Virtual assistant, taught English, stock photos, merch, rev, transcription, affiliate sales. Okay, so YouTube, we're getting into my favorites now. YouTube. I make money as a YouTuber. My YouTube channel, I started it June of 2019. I got monetized June of 2020. So you get ads. I don't know if there was an ad this time because I don't know if I said it right. But you watch an ad, I get a cut. My first 2 months, I made $75 per month. I've doubled that. So since June, I've doubled that to $150 per month. And that's with me not making a video for 3 months straight. Sorry about that. But I'm high on YouTube. I'm big on it. I think that if you have a product or service that you want to sell, I think YouTube is the place to make your content so that people will find you as a service provider or as a product salesperson. The dog that I'm house sitting and I'm dog sitting and Sophie's scooting on the grass. You know how they do that booty scoot when their booty itches. Anyway, so I think YouTube is a fantastic way to promote your business. Speaking of promoting your business, the next way that I make money from anywhere is by taking one-on-one calls. So I have a YouTube channel. I talk about things. People say, I need more information on these things. And they book a one-on-one call with me. Like I'm saying, if you're a service provider, if you have any kind of service, I think you should be on YouTube today. Like I'm not saying you should have gotten on YouTube in 2012 or whatever. I'm saying do it today. I started my channel in 2019 and it drives my business. So drives my business. The next one, we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 house sitter school, right? So after I took a whole bunch of one-on-one calls and I found out what questions people were asking me, I made a course. It's a short video course. It's short and sweet. And I sell that. It's called House Sitter School. It helps you get your profile set up and get you booked for your very first house sit. Enough said. If you've watched any videos of mine, you know that House Sitter School is a thing. And it works. So I'm house sitting now. I just got a message from on Instagram. She's doing her first house sit in Baltimore, but it's not a trusted house sitter's house sit. It's through word of mouth. I think through word of mouth. Shoot, I can't remember her IG handle, but it'll pop back in my head, right? She's doing her very first house sit. House sitting will be back strong in the spring. In the US, it's still a thing, but international house sitting is a little difficult. It's difficult to confirm that you can be in another country in advance. But in the US, it's still going strong because people are still traveling. So if you wanted to like house sit in California or something, you could still house sit. Even though they're supposed to be staying home, they're not. But if you're talking about international house sit, it'll be back strong in the spring. Virtual assistant, taught English, stock photo, merch, rev, affiliate, YouTube, one-on-one, house sitter school. Okay. I'm going to do the half one first. The half is house sitting, of course. I make money house sitting on house sits that I do for people through word of mouth, right? All trusted house sitters' house sits are unpaid. But if I book a house sit through word of mouth, I'm paid. This house sit, paid. This is a house sit for a repeat customer, right? A regular client. And she pays me to house sit. So even though it's not online, it is work from anywhere. House sitting you can do from anywhere because there are houses everywhere. So work from anywhere is house sitting. It's not online. You have to actually be in the place to do it, but you can be any place and do it. And then the final way that I have made money online is by hosting the virtual summit. I hosted Exodus Summit with Rashida Dow. Entry to the summit was free. We had upgrades that people could pay for, and we had sponsors, nice corporate sponsors, and we made dough, right? So I believe in getting paid for your expertise, right? We talk about this all the time. I do house sitter school. I have a YouTube channel. I don't believe in sharing and spreading your expertise and then being afraid to ask for money. You should get paid for the things that you know and the things that you're sharing with people, because somebody is, right? And then they're going to take that information and make money. So you should not be afraid to do things in exchange for money. Everyone has some sort of expertise, or the word expertise hangs people up, but everyone has some sort of something that people come to them for help for. You should be getting paid. Okay, so that's 10 and a half things that I have done to make money online. I'm so glad that I wrote them in 2 places so I didn't have to worry about them. All right, I'm going to look at your comments and questions, but don't forget to ask. Ask your questions. I'm not going to be able to predict what you want to know. If you're watching the replay, go ahead and put your questions down. I'm going to try my hardest to get a good timestamp, but I'm not going to. I'm going to miss some things. All right. Let's see where we. Justice, look at Stephanie glowing and thriving. I did miss you. I'm so glad to see you. But yeah, I am glowing and thriving. Thank you. Mexico is nice. I like being here. 71 degrees. My mom in Delaware, they had a little snow this week, so I'm glad to be here. Ivy said it's not the money, it's the courage to just do it. It's also the information. There are people who just don't know about the money, right? So I want to stress that money shouldn't be the reason, but money is often the reason that people think they can't do it. But it's because they just don't know the options. So that's why there are people like me who share information, right? So it's up to you saying that. It's the fear that I won't be able to support myself. That's why you subscribe to people who are doing it and you find out how they do it. If you want to talk to somebody, you book a one-on-one call with them and you ask them questions. Don't let that I don't know be the final say. It's okay to not know. I didn't know until I started looking around. Google told me to house sit. I said, hey, I Googled, how do I travel with no money? And Google was like, you should be a house sitter, right? But you don't know until you ask someone. Okay, good question, because I blew past this. Is up to you. What are the names of the English tutoring sites again? I have tutored through Cambly, Cambly. I'm not doing this. I've forgotten. I lost all my skills, all my live stream skills. Cambly, Cambly, and Palfish, Palfish. Most English tutoring online sites are from China. They're Chinese companies. There are also quite a few from Brazil, but I've never worked for any of them. And we're talking Chinese students, children or adult students who want to practice their English. There are a lot of different companies. Some require more, some require less. Of course, I signed up with those that require less work and less effort. Some require you to have a lesson plan or learn their lesson plans, right? They prepare a lesson plan and you learn those. Of course, those pay better. I signed up for the sites where you just get on and you have conversations, right? You tell people I can talk about, and I can speak in English about, I would say healthcare, because I figured a lot of people like nurses and stuff would want to practice English. We can talk about healthcare, we can talk about travel, we can talk about sports. I always said sports, but it was really just football. That's the only sport I could talk about. And if you want to have a conversation with me for, 30 minutes for $10 US, something like that. It's been such a long time, but something like that. If you want to have a conversation, I'm going to just sit myself. You put yourself on camera, you say available, and of all of their students, somebody will be like, I want to talk to her. Being a Black woman was a good bonus because a lot of Chinese people have not had the opportunity to talk to a Black person. So they're like, oh, I'm going to pick her. I know that a lot of people would be like, oh, I'm sitting here on Cambly and I'm not getting any students today. I only got on a handful of times, but when I did, I got students. And I think it was being a Black woman. I think that made the difference for me. Now, I never got to the point, because with these sites, you can get regular students and book regular appointments and all that. I wasn't doing all that. That's a job. But you can do that if you need more security than just, I'm going to see if anyone wants to book me today, right? So this is something that if you're at all interested in, you can start now. Rashida and I are hosting a workshop on teaching English online. We're doing teaching English online and teaching English abroad because like I said, we found from Exodus Summit that a lot of us are ready to go long-term or full-time, like for good, and just need to get the money figured out. And so if you know that you can tutor English online and make, I don't know, $400 a week or whatever, and your expenses are going to be $250 a week, you're going to be much more likely to go. The workshops are at exodussummit.com/workshops. exodussummit.com/workshops. Like I said, we're actually doing workshops on residency abroad and teaching English online and teaching English abroad, right? Separate workshops. In the English online workshop, we'll be talking about different platforms. How do you pick which platform is right for you? Do you need certification? There are platforms where they want you to have a TEFL, T-E-F-L. There are platforms where they don't. So we're going to be talking about all of that stuff. Do Perks Pack members have access to that workshop? It is separate. So this is separate. All of the Perks Pack perks are done. So if you want to attend the workshop, you pay for this separately. We hope that you come, but it's separate. It's not, Exodus Summit is over and all of the Perks Pack perks have been done and delivered. Jess says, Google is my life coach. Yeah, you ask Google, it'll tell you. It might give you information that's, I don't know. You have to sift through the information. Yes. Yeah. So, so we're talking specifically about teaching online and teaching abroad. If you or someone you know has taught abroad for, any amount of time, I don't care how long. If you've ever taught abroad, I'd like to talk to you here on my YouTube channel. I've done a YouTube video with Tanya Chen, who taught in Korea, and I've done a YouTube video with Adelia, who taught in Honduras, China, and Kuwait. I'd like to talk with someone else. So if that's you, holler at me. Stephanie@vicarious.com is my email address because I think it's underutilized. So come on. I asked a couple of people to be on my channel recently, and everybody's like, nah. So help me help you. So those were the English tutoring sites. Cambly, Palfish, Vipkid is popular. Okay, yeah. So those are the ones that I know, but there are lots out there. And we'll be covering more of them in the workshop. Sonia, hi Stephanie. I work from home in the medical field, but I'm over it. I have a TEFL. Oh, good. Applying to online schools. So glad. Good. Yeah, I think being an English teacher is a great way to get yourself out the door, right? It may not be a lifetime thing, but if you want to get out of the country, get to some other country where it's 72 degrees in December, I think teaching English is amazing. The TEFL situation means that you are more marketable, right? You are more likely to get hired. More hireable, I guess is the word. That's exciting, Sonia. Applying to online schools. Okay, good. Very exciting. Keep us posted, please. Keep us posted. Okay, let's go. Currently teaching with Vipkid. Kim, yes. And Kim said she met Queen also. Hi, Kim. VIP Kid is like the gold standard, I think, of teaching online, from what I've seen, right, of teaching English online. They seem to pay the best, but they have the most stringent requirements. But they are the cream of the crop. Yeah, from what I know, from my experience. Aisha's, no, Dula, I don't meet the requirements. I'm bouncing anyway. Okay, go on, get it. Aisha, okay. Oh, here, okay, that's what you're talking about, Dula. I thought you meant the TEFL requirements. Aisha says, um, her big fear is making enough money to meet visa income requirements, and once I end my lease, I'm out there. Yes, so different countries have different visa requirements in terms of how much income you need to have. So it's just a matter of finding a country that is okay with your income, right? Right, like that's it. If you like, there are countries where if you want to get a residency visa, you need to have, there's a country that says if you want to get a digital nomad visa, which is like temporary residency kind of. If you want to get a digital nomad visa, you need to have $100,000 annual income. Okay. Excluded. I am excluded from this, okay? But that just means I need to find a different country, right? I just need to find a different country. Check out our workshops. I'm not kidding. Check out our workshops, exodussummit.com/workshops. We're talking about getting residency in Mexico, Portugal, France, Costa Rica, and the Cayman Islands, right? So we're talking about a variety of different countries. The Cayman Islands is not going to be as inexpensive as Mexico and Portugal. But check out different countries and see what their requirements are. There are places where it's much more reasonable, right? Where a regular person with regular online income can get residency without having like a lottery winning relative. Don't worry about that, Duala. I think the way I put Queen's book on my Amazon list, you won't get credit. Is there any way to fix that? No, but don't worry about that. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I want you to read the book, right? Queen and we want you to read the book. Don't worry about the thing, the affiliate. Like her, I just got my wrap up thing from YouTube, from TubeBuddy, which is what I use to like handle my YouTube account. And they said that Queen's video was the number one video that I made in 2020 in terms of views and interaction and stuff, engagement. Now, my number one video is actually a video I made back in 2019. It still gets most of my views, countries where Black travelers feel welcome, but Queen's video is doing extremely well. Okay, so Saren, we're going to switch gears. We're going to switch from teaching abroad or teaching online. But again, if you do know somebody who is teaching abroad or has taught abroad, let them know. I'd like them to come on my channel and talk about it. Okay, so we're going to switch gears to, I just saw it. Do you think it's important to show your face on YouTube? It depends on what your channel is about. Okay. I don't really know how to decide this. I think it is important for most topics, right? However, I subscribe to a handful that don't show their face. I subscribe to some where they just drew like a cartoon drawing of themselves. Like never ever show their face. Like movie reviewer channels, who cares what they look like? You don't have to, I don't have to trust this person as, I don't know. I don't have to, I think that if we need to trust you, I need to see your face, right? If I'm talking about house sitting and I tell you I'm a house sitter and I'm afraid to show my face, I'm probably not a house sitter, right? Like, when you think, or something. But like, it depends on what you're talking about. If you have an idea and you don't mind sharing it with us, let me know. But it depends. So it depends. It's just, let me think of who else. So I subscribe to a woman who does writing. She's like a writing teacher, I guess. I'm still plugging away, or not really. Well, like I'm hit or miss on working on my cozy mystery about the house sitter who solves crimes. So, and I subscribe to a channel where she talks about writing. and she's never shown her face. She shows the camera at her writing table, and she sits and she says, okay, today we're going to learn how to plot out your entire book from start to finish. And she takes a piece of paper and she says, okay, we're going to start with we're going to talk about the conflict, we're going to write the characters, and she writes it all out by hand, and the camera is just following her hands. I've never seen her face. I really love the way she teaches, though. So I think that I think that most of us do need to show our faces on YouTube. Most of us, for the kind of stuff that the average person is talking about. But if it's that wasn't helpful. I know that wasn't helpful. But I mostly. Now let's talk about why people don't want to show their faces on YouTube. It's just fear. Everything gets easier. Everything gets easier once you do it. Like, it's okay to be terrified. I remember the first time I went live being like, oh my gosh, this is the worst. Now I can bloop live. We're live. Sometimes I forget to put a title on the video. Right? Like, everything gets easier as you go. Our Rich Journey. So yes, you guys are talking about Portugal and residency. Our Rich Journey is the family from the US. I assume they're from the US. They're black. He's black. I don't know if they're black, but he's black. And they are in Portugal. They have a lot of amazing videos about life in Portugal and about their journey to financial independence so that they could move to Portugal. Yes, so I don't know them, but I know their channel. Yes. Our Rich Journey. So they're linking to it for you. But again, if your YouTube channel is to get people to your service, absolutely you have to show your face. Absolutely. If you want them to move forward with you. If your YouTube channel is not the end of the relationship, then absolutely. And it's okay to be afraid. It's okay to be afraid. You can do it. And then be sweaty. And then don't worry about it anymore. Then after a while, it gets really easy. Like everything else. I remember trying to parallel park the first few times. I remember I failed my driver's test 2 times. I waited until I was 17. In Ohio, you could drive at 16. I waited until I was 17 and I still failed the driver's test 2 times. Now I'm still not a strong parallel parker, but I don't get nervous. If I don't get in that space the first time, I try it again, right? So everything just takes practice and repetition. YouTube is no different. Stephanie, did you have recurring bills in the US when you left? Do you recommend people get out of debt before going? I would say if I did not, I paid off my debt before I left. I took 15 months to pay off my debt and save enough money for 1 year. And actually, I had already started paying off my debt. I basically had almost no debt when I started the 15-month saving thing, because I had already been working on paying off the debt. I had about $8,000 in credit card debt in a car, right? That was about it. If you're going to live cheaper, if you're going to live like financial coach Kenya Imani says, if you're going to live better on less, pay off the debt first, except for student loans, right? Student loans, who cares? Like student loans, just take them with you, right? Just take them with you. As long as your payment is as low as you can possibly get it. But credit card debt, consumer debt, which is usually higher, yeah, I would pay it off unless there's just something. There are times when you have to go, right? If your mental or physical health is suffering with you being in the United States and you have to go, and you have to figure things out. But that debt, I can't imagine being able to relax and travel and, do the things I did on my gap year if I had to make credit card payments. I don't know. Well, not I don't know. No, that's my answer. I would recommend that. But like I said, student loans are different. Student loans, the rate is so low, and it don't matter. I don't have student loans, thankfully, but I wouldn't stress so much about student loans. Black women have student loans because we're so educated. We spend so much time in school, and it becomes a ball and chain. Don't let it be a ball and chain. All right. Oh, okay. Another question is up to you. Now that you've done a bunch of different things to make money, how much of your income is automated versus the amount that you have to actively work for it? I would say because I still do a lot of one-on-one calls. That's work. Uh, Even the things that seem like I don't have to work for it, I do work to get, like, so let's talk, so like the affiliate income. Even though I said affiliate income is making money while you sleep, I still have to do something to promote that affiliate program. I still have to make a YouTube video to get some Trusted House Sitters affiliate income, right? I still have to, write a blog post or be a guest on someone's podcast and talk about things so that I can make this income while I sleep, right? So even though I said it was the most passive, it does require effort. So very little of my income just pops in, like the stock photos. Let me go back to my list. So very little of it is where I do set it and forget it, like you do it one time and you never have to deal with it again. Very little of it is that. The stock photos are that, and the YouTube ad income is that. Everything else I have to do some work for, right? The one-on-one calls, from that mostly comes from YouTube videos and from my email, from emailing my email list. House sitter school, those sales come from things that I've already done, from the YouTube videos, from podcasts, and So I guess the answer is very little, honestly. Very little of my income is from not doing anything, right? We're talking about the $24 a month from the stock photo. Like that was a one-time thing that continues to make money. I don't have anything that I would say I don't have to do anything and it can support me yet. I think House Sitter School will be that, because I can, like I live on less than, like right now in Mexico, I will probably spend less than $500 total this whole month without trying to save money. It's probably going to be less than that, because I think I had 6,000 pesos cash, which is $300, and I still have 1,500 pesos, which is, I can't figure that out, which is $75. So I spent $275 in 3 weeks. So I don't remember why I was saying that, but very little. Okay, so yeah, right now very little, but soon enough, House Sitter School will take over to the point where where it'll support me this, like as a house sitter, as a person who doesn't pay for a place to stay. It'll be a while before it supports me as a person who will be paying. If I want to pay for accommodation, it's going to be some time for that. Yeah, so Gab, we started out. She's saying there's a lot of things you can do: affiliate marketing, work from home, freelancer. So we started out talking about me being a virtual assistant. I think that the label virtual assistant is something that's either people get or they don't get. But being a freelancer or offering your services to people, offering expertise or knowledge or skills. No, let me start over. Offering a skill that you already have to people out on the marketplace. It's the easiest way to get started. You don't have to learn anything new, right? That first job that I did on Upwork, I made social media graphics. I know how to make social media graphics. I did that for them. The nonprofit organization paid me. Boom. Yeah, so we talked about that at the very beginning. I think that taking a skill that you already have online, taking a skill that you already have and taking it online to some sort of marketplace where there are people who will pay you for it is the fastest way to get started. Am I married with kids? No and no. Am I currently doing any special on House Sitter School? I can. I hadn't planned to, but I can. I will give you, I can't do a discount code while we're live because I don't know how to do that, but I can. So hopefully you're excuse me. Hopefully you are subscribed. So I'll do something before the end of the year. It'll be after Christmas though, because it won't be this week. But I'll do a special sometime after Christmas. Yeah. Because I have a discount code with Trusted House Sitters that I will lump in with that. I'm reading your comments. Trying to make sure I didn't miss anything. Gaps. I'm afraid of house sitting. Short commitments are not worth it for me, but what if I commit to 3 months and I hate the place? So if you've had experiences where if you're the type of person, you have to be honest with yourself. If you're the type of person who gets places and you hate them, then it may not work for you. If you're the type of person like me who gets places, I'm like, all right, this is cool, right? Then it works for me. It works for me because I know that I'm the kind of person who I don't have a history of, oh my gosh, everything went wrong, right? House sitters are not people who have a lot of drama and who have a lot of, everything is an emergency. House sitters are not that kind of person. So you just have to know what kind of person you are. House sitters are a little less even picky about things. I'm not too picky about things, so you have to know house sitting is a very specific mindset. So you just have to know if you're the kind of person who gets to hotels and you're always like, oh my gosh, this is wrong, everything is wrong, you're always dissatisfied, you're not going to like house sitting. So just find a different avenue. Like seriously, if you're the kind of person who hasn't had a lot of experiences with that, if you can make the best of things, good. Now, one thing that I do, we talked already about Queen on our channel. Queen has hooked me up with house sits in town locally, so I can go to the house beforehand. Queen hooked me up so we talked about how Queen lives on, I think she said $280 a month. $280 a week, $280 US per week. I think she said maybe $340, somewhere around there. That includes massages. I don't want to tell Queen's business. Don't tell her I told y'all. But she hooked me up with a house sit with her massage people, the people who do her body work. And so she gave them my information, and because we were in the same town, I got to go over there and see the house before I got there, the house sit started. So if you do things locally or in an area where you're already there, then you can work things out that way. Normally, when people give me the first objection to house sitting, it tells if they're going to be okay with house sitting, right? When people say, I want to house sit, but I don't like pets, then I'm like, this is going to be difficult for you, right? It's going to take a lot of effort to find a house sit without a pet sit. If they're like, I want a house sit, but I'm afraid of burglars, right? I'm like, if you're that afraid of your safety around strangers, then it's not going to be easy for you, right? My first objection to house sitting was, are they going to take a black house sitter, right? Because I didn't know any black house sitters. But you know me, so you don't have that problem. Kim, get Queen's book. You won't be disappointed. If you're watching the replay, I'll put the link in the description. If not, it's called Considerations, A Guide to Moving Abroad. I've gotten better with typing and talking. I don't know if y'all can tell. It's available on Amazon, and she is Queen Michelle. Blip. You can hear that? I didn't think you guys could hear that. Jess said birds are singing and the music is jamming. So I'm on a privada. I'm on a street that is like a little side street off of a main street. By main street, I mean a one-lane street. It's not a big main street. It's a one-lane street. But on that main street, there is like a party house where they do like quinceañeras. There seems to be a quinceañera every day. I don't know. I don't even know that they actually call them quinceañeras here. I don't know what they're called, but it's always like a kid's birthday party all the time. All the time. I'm like, I think that there are some COVID restrictions, but this place has, so Mexico has, this state anyway, the state of Jalisco has rules about open air places. As long as it's not fully enclosed, you seem to be able to be open without restrictions. That's what I'm gathering. And so the party house doesn't have a full roof, right? It's funny. It's like, it's common here, but there's like open air. I don't know. Open. It's even though there's a roof, it's open air. And yeah, they're partying. Now, last weekend was the Day of the Virgin of Guadalupe. And oh my goodness. We had so I got here November 30th. Every day from November 30th until December, whatever that day was, 14th or whatever, the Day of the Virgin. Fireworks, church bells, music, just all over. I was not outside recording because there was no quiet. So to me, this seems like super peaceful. I can't even really, I didn't hear the music at the place until you said it, because it's so much quieter than it was. Have you been able to stack house sits in order to remain in one country an extended period of time? I sure have. I got to Mexico. This is Lake Chapala, Mexico. I got here the very first time, I think it was 2018, July 2018. I had a 1-month house sit booked through Trusted House Sitters. They introduced me to their friends before they left town. I came in at least a day or two before they left, and they had a barbecue for me. And they introduced me to their friends. By the time it was all said and done, I stayed in town for 6 months, house sitting back to back, full time. I had 2 weeks in between, I think. 2 weeks of not house sitting, and I went to the beach. Absolutely. That's how I do it as a full-time traveler. If you're looking to travel full-time, you can stack house sits. COVID makes it harder. So I haven't booked anything. So this ends December 31st. I have nothing booked for January or February. And I don't think I will, because if somebody was going to look for a house sitter, they would have by now. So, but during non-COVID times, yes, I always do. I went to London, and I think I had 2 or 3 weeks of house sits booked in London, and I ended up staying for 2 months, something like that. Yes, absolutely. I don't get invited to the parties. One time I was in Guanajuato, which is a town I really, really love. And I was house sitting for a lady who lived in a vacation villa. She lived there full time, but they had like a concierge. So the concierge was a nice guy. And he was like, meet Erica. She was maybe 18 or 19. She was 19. Erica's going to come to your condo every Wednesday at noon. And you guys are going to have a conversation in English so Erica can practice her English. I was like, okay, fine. And she was cool. She came and we would talk, and I would try to practice my Spanish with her, and she would try to practice her English, and we would end up just not. We would, but you know how it goes. And then one day she was like, I'm going to leave. And then I think she came by on a Saturday for something, and she said hi. And I was like, oh, where are you going? She told me she was going to a boda, a wedding. And I asked her a million questions about this wedding, because I'm like, she's going to ask me if I want to go, because I really wanted to go. But she didn't ask me. She didn't invite me. She left and went to the wedding. I asked her what kind of food they were going to have. I asked her everything, but I didn't get invited. I don't. I need to get out of the house more, because I am a hermit. I am a homebody. If you don't come into my house, into the house I'm house sitting for, you probably have no idea that I'm in town. The housekeeper came the other day, and I was like, oh, I haven't talked to anybody, because I had been on self-isolation for 2 weeks. I hadn't really talked to anybody the whole time I'd been here. So the housekeeper came the other day to clean. Last Saturday, she came to clean, and we had a conversation. I was like, oh, it's been a long time. All right. Any other questions? Okay, so we're talking about all kinds of different things. Oh, I just saw something about insurance and I scrolled past. Do I have freelancers insurance? Do I need it? Do I acquire it? No, I don't even know what freelancers insurance is. So fill us in, Hadassah. I don't know what that is. Tori, what about a trade like cosmetology? Can that be continued? Girl, yes. Let me tell you some stories. Continued work in another country. I hear of teachers moving abroad and finding a job, but I wonder for myself. Yes. So in case you missed it in the beginning, being a native English speaker means that you can teach abroad, right? You don't have to have teaching experience to teach abroad. But I understand if teaching abroad is not your thing, or teaching online. I understand if that's not your thing, because it's not my thing. Yes to that. You find the place where you want to go. You find the group of Black people in that place, and you tell them you're coming, and you book your appointments before you even leave the country, right? Um, oh, I always have like a name almost, but okay. But yes, that is a thing, right? Rashida talked about a woman in who came to Mexico from the San Francisco Bay Area, I think, a baker. She came and somehow was able to set up a pop-up pie shop. And Rashida said that line was around the building. There's a large group of Black expats in Mexico City, or I guess just expats from the Bay Area in Mexico City, who were either familiar with her or just wanted the pie. It just sounded good to them. I'm sure she let them know in their group, in their Facebook groups, hey, I'm coming to town. Line was around the building. She met Adelia, and she had to go back a second time. The first time she couldn't get her pie. Line was too long. They had to go back a second time. Yes to that. Yes. Okay, so even though today I'm talking about stuff online, you can do actual physical work in a country. There are Facebook groups full of expats for any place that you can think about going who want your service. So yes. If I were here and you were like, hey, I'm coming to Lake Chapala, you would get on the Sisters. There's a Facebook group called Sisters Lake Chapala. You would get on that Facebook group and you would say, hey, I'm coming to town. I do hair. I'm doing this, that. And somebody would book their appointment. Yes. I can't think of like a hairdresser, a barber, eyebrows. In Australia, I met a woman named Heidi who was on Australia's Married at First Sight. I met her years ago while I was on my sabbatical. I met her in Australia and I was like, oh, Heidi, what do you do? And she said, eyebrows. And she would go from town to town. Like, I don't know that she left Australia, but she traveled around Australia doing that. Eyebrows. Hey, I'm coming to town. Book your appointment with me. Between Instagram, I think she just did her business through Instagram. Merida, Cassandra's telling you that Merida is looking for hairstylists. Merida, look up Merida, Mexico, if you're considering that, Tori. And then get in Merida's Facebook group for Black people or expats. So there's always an expat group, and then there's a Black expat group. All you gotta do is look on Facebook and type in Black expats Merida, right? Or wherever you want to go. Black expats, wherever. For some reason, I couldn't think of towns like Mexico City or whatever. Here, it's called Sisters Lake Chapala. Some places it's called Brothers and Sisters Lake Chapala. She said she's actually a brow artist. Yeah. Tori, yes. It works, okay? So you need to learn how to network online before you get to a place. That's it. We've already decided that this is working for you. So you need to report back. Report back, please, ma'am. That's so smart. She's is up to you. That's so smart. You could advertise in the Black travel groups. Yep. That's how it works. That's how it works. Pie. So we've already just go. If you do hair, if you do pie. Now nails, honestly, I don't know, because you can't tell from me. Because I'm having a nail crisis. I always have like 3 good nails per hand. Okay. But here I can get a manicure for a couple dollars. So I don't know if nails is viable unless you go to certain countries maybe, but in Mexico, I don't know. But in a lot of places, yeah. You can do it, Tori. Oh, Tori, please report back. Please. Send me an email, stephanie@vicarious.com, and let me know what you've decided. Here we go. Cassandra's telling you, Brothers and Sisters of Merida is their Facebook group. Merida is hot. Right? So if you're going to go, get there before April. Because once April comes, you will not want to be there doing hair. Oh, okay, Hadassah. Freelancers.org is offered in the States. But what about work insurance that covers you while you travel? I don't know. I've never used any work insurance. I know about insurance for like for people who do something where you could be sued, right? Like if you're a therapist, they need insurance. And but I don't know about this. If we need to know about this, if you're the person who, if you're the expert, come on my channel and talk to us about this, because I don't know about this. I've never heard of freelancers insurance. I'm not kidding. I freelanced for from 2017 to early 2020, for less than 3 years. And I never heard of that. So if we need to know about it, tell us. Do I have a Patreon or a PayPal? My PayPal is, I know it. I'm pretty sure my PayPal is SM Perry. I was supposed to enable Super Chat on here, but I didn't. No, that would be my Cash App. PayPal. I don't know. I'm sorry, Ebony. I don't know it. I'm sorry, Ebony. I really don't know it. I have PayPal. I have Cash App. I have Buy Me a Coffee, but I don't know them. Buy Me a Coffee, I think, is probably Exodus Summit. I'm sorry. I don't know. But thank you for offering. Next time I'll enable Super Chat so that I don't have to worry about an extra information, because I don't know. I don't know. Because everything, I don't know. I set up everything with a different name or a different, I don't know why. Well, I guess my PayPal was because I was working. So my PayPal is like a work PayPal. It's not. And then my Cash App is just like for regular stuff. Okay, what am I missing? What questions have I not answered about our Big 10, which were virtual assistant work, teaching English online, stock photos, merch, transcription work, affiliate sales, YouTube, one-on-one calls, house sitter school, virtual summit hosting, and house sitting. Boom. What am I missing? Don't forget, if teaching English online sounds interesting to you, sign up for our workshop, exodussummit.com/workshops. If teaching English abroad sounds interesting, or if you want info on getting residency in Mexico, Portugal, France, Costa Rica, or the Cayman Islands, check out our workshops, exodussummit.com/workshops. Justice. In Cuba, people have person-to-person service lines. You stay with one person and their friend hooks you up with a tour. Then their friend takes you on the taxi. Yeah. Well, I guess there's kind of that here. Like there's a person who will be like, I'll drive you, I'll pick you up from the airport, and then another. Well, so there are certain types of tourism that are popular here. Medical and dental tourism are kind of popular here. So people come here because the dental work is so inexpensive and good quality for the money. So you would come for dental work, and the dentist office would refer you to a like Airbnb / hotel or guest house or something like that. And then they would refer you to a driver to drive you back and forth to your appointments. They kind of do that kind of thing here. Please answer the question about background checks. What am I missing? Let me scroll. Okay, so Ebony, yes. So Ebony's talking about a different type of insurance. I'm sorry, he's going to go by quickly. It's an airplane. So yes, travel medical insurance is critical. It's crucial that you have that. This is different. Now, Hadassah was asking me about freelancer insurance for the work, but travel medical insurance is crucial in case you need to be medically evacuated. All right, we're talking. My friend's cousin had to be medically evacuated from Mexico to Atlanta in the early 2000s. It was $80,000. That was 20 years ago. $80,000. And Mexico, Cancun and Atlanta are not that far apart. You know what I'm saying? Travel medical insurance covers you in case of in case you need to be medically evacuated or hospitalized. You can get a more specific policy that'll cover you for a lot more. But if you're talking about going to an inexpensive place where you can handle medical care on your own out of pocket, which is what I do in Mexico, if you're talking about that, you still need to have travel medical insurance. Mine is through World Nomads, but Alliance is also very popular. Squaremouth is a platform that lets you compare pricing. I wish I had their affiliate link for you right now, but I don't. It's Rashida's affiliate link, but I don't have it. Oh, but you can, hey, here, y'all, I'm tripping. So we have a toolkit, Rashida and I put this together with our resources that we use to work from anywhere. I run my business from wherever I am. Rashida has moved back to Mexico City. And so we put together just an online resource with the resources that we use. And the travel insurance info is in this toolkit. ExodusSummit.com/toolkit. It's called the Work From Anywhere Toolkit, and it will give you that information. Squaremouth, it'll give you a couple of remote work sites where you can find remote work. Y'all know what remote work sites are. Yeah. It'll talk about housing and how to find housing. It'll talk about picking a location. Like, how do you decide what is a good place to work from and what's not? Boom, lost my ear. I got excited. All of that is in the toolkit. All of that is in the Work From Anywhere toolkit. Free download. ExodusSummit.com/toolkit. Cassandra, I'm assuming there was a question about YouTube that I missed. I'm scrolling. I'm missing something. Do you need a number of subscribers and likes? I missed the question. I think are we just talking about getting monetized on YouTube? Like just running ads and getting money on YouTube? To do that, your channel has to have 4,000 hours of watch time in a rolling calendar year. 4,000 hours of watch time. And I want to say 1,000 subscribers. The subscribers are easier to get than the watch hours. But that's what you need to be monetized. It took me 12 months. It took me 60 something videos to hit that. And that's with me taking a 3-month break. So I launched my channel with almost 30 videos in 30 days. I didn't quite hit that. But so 30 videos in 30 days. And then after that, I didn't make a video for almost 3 months. And then I was back at it. And so it took me 60 something videos to hit monetization. I have a little not a little resource, but it is a little resource on how to, it's called 5 Reasons Your YouTube Channel Isn't Growing. So if you're interested in that, this is my perspective on why my channel was able to get monetized in a year and other channels don't. Let me think. I can send you that link. I don't know. I'm going to have to put that somewhere later because I don't know where it is. I'm sorry. It's not like, a lot of my stuff is like vicarious.com/something, but it's not there. But I do, if anyone is doing YouTube or interested, okay, she says yes. Bear with me 1 second, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and look for it really quickly. It's on if you go to vicarious.com and you go to my resources page, it's there, but I don't know the link to get it without going to the resources page. That is YouTube is something that I can't say enough how good it is for a person who's running a business. It's not too late. I keep saying that. It's not too late to get on YouTube. I was making videos. I started in June of 2019. It's not too late. I can't think of any other way for people to find you, right? Anything else, even if you have a podcast, like you have to go out and find listeners for your podcast. That's my opinion of podcasts. I don't know of anybody who has a podcast where they're like, hey, I uploaded it and, I didn't do anything. And now there are hundreds more subscribers than I had last time. With YouTube, that really does happen. If you do these things, right, you need to be intentional about the videos that you make, and you need to do some keyword research to research what people are looking for. Once you get that down, I think YouTube is amazing. Okay, so this is 5 reasons your YouTube channel isn't growing. I can't, when I hear of a coach, I look for their YouTube channel, right? If someone says, oh, I'm a coach and I do this, like on Instagram, if they don't have a YouTube channel, I'm like, do you really? Like, do you really help people? This is 2020, almost 2021. I feel like it should be easy for me to find you and find out what you're into and what you're talking about. And YouTube is the best way for me to research that. So like if you're like, oh, I'm a coach, or I'm a consultant, I'm a freelancer, certain types of freelancers, I feel like you should be on YouTube. Just today I was looking at sales, right? How to learn how to do sales. Because I'm not good at it, honestly. I'm not good at it. I need to learn like actual sales, right? Not marketing. Sales and marketing are 2 different things. I need to learn sales. So I watched Letitia Stiles, who is a coach. I watched her video on her favorite 3 books on selling. And then I look up the books, authors, and then I look for those authors' YouTube channels. Right? Even though she's already recommended these books to me, I want to see what is this person talking about before I spend my little $10, $12, $20 on their book. What are they talking about? I need a preview. Right? This is just how it's done in 2020. I can't imagine selling something like House Sitter School and not having a YouTube channel. I can't imagine. Cassandra, when I do a pre-recorded video, I just edit it on iMovie. iMovie is not the best, but I don't want to pay yet for a paid editing software. So I just use iMovie. Can I get an adult beverage or 2 for that? I will have one later. Thank you. I'll think of you when I drink it. Yeah. Do you have, like, if you have questions about, I really like talking about the YouTube business stuff. So we've exhausted what I can tell you about virtual assistant work, right? But if you want to talk about a coaching business or something and you need to get clients from YouTube, we can talk about that. We can talk about that. It's underutilized. And I don't know why. I guess I know why. People think it's hard, right? They're afraid to be on camera. We've already talked about that. Or they're afraid of the software, right? We just talked about that. They're afraid of the effort. But you get better at all those things. Everything that you think is a problem, you get better at it. My first videos are terrible. I still have a couple of videos that I put up back in 2009. They were weight loss videos, right? I was on P90X. Those are still up there. You can see, I didn't know how to make a video. If you watch the videos I put up in June of 2019, you see, I don't know what I'm doing. It's okay. YouTube is driving my business. If you do multiple things, do you think you should have a YouTube channel for each thing? It's less about the things that you do and more about the audience. Okay, so this, I don't know what kind of bird this is, but even he's getting on my nerves. So it's more about the audience. If there's the same audience for both things, then one channel. I would just stick with one channel. So I'm sure that there are people like Letitia Stiles. Okay, so we just talked about it. Letitia Stiles talks mindset, manifestation. One of her biggest videos is how I manifested my husband. She also teaches, here's how you coach, here's how you get paid in your coaching business. Okay, 2 different things, but similar people. She's found an overlap in that audience. If you think these people are the same people, one channel. Technically, you could say that I talk about different things, right? So I talk about house sitting very specifically. I talk about sabbaticals, which are separate, but you can definitely combine them. I recommend that. And now I'm moving into moving abroad and money, right? How to make money so you can move abroad. I'm doing more of that talk because during Exodus Summit, that's what I learned. That's what I learned that women want to hear. Show me the money. Show me the money. I want to leave and I want to stay gone. Help. Same audiences. So if you think there's an overlap in these audience, keep it together. Keep it in one channel. I wouldn't want to have to try to grow 2 channels at one time. Now, if I was going to do something like, I don't know, I can't think of anything that that I would feel like I would need to do a separate channel on. Cooking, which is not, I would never. If you hear me announce I'm doing a cooking channel, believe me, there is a body snatcher situation happening. I don't know. Anything can work together. Like even cooking and travel work together. So I would try my hardest not to have more than one channel in the beginning to grow it. I like Roberto Blake on YouTube for information about YouTubing, about online business. Now he has a separate tech channel, which I've never seen. I've never been over to it. He tells us, I have a separate channel on this. So if you feel like, now I think you could do those together. I think that's a combined audience. I just wouldn't watch the tech videos, But I would try my hardest, Sarah, not to do 2 channels. There probably some audience overlap. I wish I could think of someone. I know I subscribe to more people who talk about more than one thing. And I just can't think right now. I'm getting a little chilly. I'm in the shade. It's 72 degrees and I'm like, ugh, I wish I had my shawl. I'm sorry. Like heavy sigh into the microphone. I'm learning iMovie as we speak. Yeah, it's decent and it's simple and good luck, Kimmy. Kim. I have a cousin, Kim, who I call Kimmy. Yeah, I still am not prepared to pay for, what is it, Premiere? Is it called Premiere? The thing that almost everybody uses who makes like serious videos. I'm not doing that anytime soon. Am I on my phone? I'm on my computer. Oh, good. I'm glad it looks good and sounds good. I get worried about it, but but not enough to buy a real camera. So I'm glad, Ebony. I watch a lot of I have watched a lot of videos on what camera I should get as a YouTuber, and that's as far as I've gotten. So I'm using my laptop. This is just a MacBook camera, and I have an extra. The most important thing is sound. I think sound is more important than the look. So instead of just talking into my MacBook auto microphone, whatever it's called, I use the microphone from my headphones. So use the microphone from your earbuds or your headphones to get started. I actually have at home, when I'm in Delaware, I actually have a microphone. You can see it on my desk. I've never used it because it's just so much easier to use this. I don't have it with me. I do have a different microphone. So either I use my earbuds or I use the lapel mic, a little tiny, inexpensive lapel mic. They sound way better than just shouting into your phone or your laptop. Even when you're inside, I'm not just using this because I'm outside. Even if I were inside, because echoey and stuff, always use something, even if it's just your earphone mic. Okay, Hadassah. Yes, I hear you, and I will do it. Very soon, probably the very beginning of next year, which is 2 weeks away. If that, right? I will, because it's like not done, and I don't know why. It's underutilized. I'm telling you, YouTube is a search engine. YouTube is the world's 2nd largest search engine. It's where people go to search for things. And it's owned by Google, which is the world's largest search engine. So if you have a YouTube video that's doing well, when people Google it, Google something, your YouTube video can come up in the results. That's what you want. I've never been able to get my blog posts, which are on the same topics as my videos. I've never gotten my blog posts to do well with Google search. My YouTube videos do great. Do it. Please. Okay, so yes, Hadassah, we will do that very soon. I'm going to take a quick screenshot because I don't know any better way to remember this. I don't remember things unless I see it. Okay. Can I recommend a business development coach? Do you want to tell us, Cassandra, what you do a little bit? It's just us. You can tell. If you don't want to tell us, don't tell us. That makes it more, it's more about what so I like to think about coaches in terms of what kind of clients are they used to getting. You know what I mean? Like if we're talking about there's a difference between someone who wants corporate clients and who wants clients who are stay-at-home moms, and or like me, clients who want to travel, and so you want a coach who is good with your ideal customers, who has insight on your ideal customers. So I guess, no, probably I can't recommend someone, but because it's so I only know people who do the thing that, who coach the kinds of stuff that I do. So it probably wouldn't help you. Now, Letitia Stiles is amazing. I'll spell her name for you. If you're talking about, I just told y'all I got better at talking and typing, and here I am not doing a good job. She's here on YouTube, Letitia Stiles. If you're talking about an online coaching business, most likely she is a good option for a coach. Like if you're talking about a travel business, Claire Soares from Up in the Air Life is coaching now. If you're doing, so it depends. But Letitia Stiles is my girl. she's one I consider my mentor. I just finished a challenge with her. She just did a 10K in 10 days challenge, right? A challenge where in 10 days you're going to learn what you need to make $10,000 a month in your business. I like her, and she does live events too. Okay. I would like to start a YouTube biz where I'm coaching teachers this is covered up. Come on, thing. I'm sorry, my thing is covering it up. Who would like to travel and go on sabbatical. I would like to start a YouTube business where I'm coaching teachers. Okay, check out Letitia Stiles and check out both Letitia and Claire Soares. Claire B. Because Letitia for coaching online, like for coaching, Claire for the travel business. See which one of them speaks to you, see which one of them gives you information that you like, that seems helpful for you in particular, for you and for your customers. That's not it. I spelled Claire's name wrong. There's an S on the end. It's Claire B. Soares.com. I'm so sorry that I said I was better at talking and typing. ClaireBSoares.com. If more come to me, Cassandra, I will tell you. I think it's important, like I said, I think it's important to snag a coach who gets your customer, right? But those are the first two that come to me. I would also say subscribe to podcasts on coaching, because that's where you find the coaches, right? They come on and talk, and then you hear someone who says something that you're like, this is it, right? This is it. This is the person for me. So subscribe to coaching podcasts. I will tell you, Happy Black Woman with Rosetta Thurman is a good podcast for coaches. My brain is moving. I'm going through a bunch. So I like Amy Porterfield. She's a white woman. This is not, Amy Porterfield. Her podcast is called Online Marketing Made Easy. this is how most of the people that I follow somewhere, I found them on a podcast, right? I have a handful of podcasts who I trust, right? Podcasters who I trust. And if they have someone on their show and I'm feeling them when they're on the show, then I follow them on YouTube, and then they become like my go-to. No, Jess, not 10K running. Girl, please. We're talking about 10K, $10,000. I would not be prepared to run no 10K in 10 days. But you do need that challenge. Jess, are you following Monique from we talked to Monique about her life in the Netherlands. Monique White is on Instagram. She's an unstoppable journey. She is a runner, a marathoner, and she's going to be doing racecations. I think it's okay to tell you this. You can't tell me stuff and expect me to keep it secret, and I think people know that. So she'll be doing some racecations when we can travel again, where she runs around the world. She's run more than 50 races in 50 countries. And we're talking marathons and half marathons in 50 countries. And she's going to be doing racecations where we can join her for the weekend, hang out, have fun, and run our race. You know, like if she runs a marathon and I run a 5K, everybody's happy. So follow Monique on Instagram. We did the video on the Netherlands. She lives in the Netherlands, and we talked about her life there. All right, I think I've done an amazing job of answering every question. If I missed your question, please type it again, because I don't see it. I'm scrolling. Okay, so Saren likes that recommendation to stick with one channel. Oh, wait, that's something I didn't answer. Oh, no, I did answer that. It's my phone. My laptop. Angelisa, hi, friend. Have you seen people succeed doing cultural work, entertainment abroad? So we know a comedian named Jazzy who is thriving in Vietnam. So yes, yes, it depends on. So yes is the answer. I've met a lot of entertainers, like singers, who get, just booked from place to place, either on their own or through a booking agent. Angelisa is a director of plays and musicals, yes? And choreographer. I'm going to say choreographer as well. I may be wrong about that, but yes. So yes, in all different types of ways. There are people who are doing it totally DIY, like I talked to Travis on my channel. Travis is a rapper, and he does it totally DIY. He finds clubs in different places and talks to promoters himself and books himself. And then there are people who hook up with local. Angelisa, definitely just find places where you want to go and hook up with local expat groups, right? And find out what they're doing entertainment-wise. Okay. Yes, both. Yeah, fine. So for example, if you're thinking about, hey, I would like to spend some time in Vietnam, hook up with expat groups in Vietnam. Because yes, here in Lake Chapala, there are two different, because this is so full of retirees, there are two different dinner theaters, I guess, right here in town. Maybe the Three Little Bears or something, and something else. I don't know. I haven't been, I'm sorry. And so yes, and they put on performances. Actually, there was a woman who I co-house sat with one time. We shared it was like a 6-month house to sit. She took 3 months, I took 3 months. She said to me, you and I should put on a show singing. People will pay us to sing. Because that's something that people do here, right? You find the spot, you announce, I'm going to be here singing during this is the time we're going to sing doo-wop. She wanted to sing doo-wop. I don't even know really what doo-wop is. I don't know. She's like, we're going to do this and we're going to charge $45 per ticket or something like that. So people do it either DIY by finding a venue, or they could get in with the group that's already in existence there. Yes to that. Here, because they're retirees, I haven't participated in the entertainment I haven't even like been to the entertainment stuff that's happening. But in other places in Southeast Asia, it's big. Like it's a big deal. Jazzy Maz is the I don't know what her Instagram handle is. It may just be Jazzy Maz and it may be something else. She's a stand-up comedian thriving in Vietnam. She might be in Da Nang, but I think she's in Ho Chi Minh City, down in Saigon. I'm pretty sure she's down south in Saigon. Yeah, that's my best advice. Yeah, either look for venues first and just pitch yourself, or find the group, find expats in whatever city, or black brothers and sisters in whatever city, or black in whatever city. So we got some young sister on YouTube, Chitty Ashley. She relocated to Bali. Oh, this is, yeah, I think y'all have a different conversation. Jess said her singing would be the comedy show. Yes. I love this idea, Angelisa. Do it. Report back. So if you're talking about directing, like, so if you want to go somewhere and direct a show, like, I can't imagine you saying to these people in Lake Chapala, hey, I want to come and put this show on and I'm going to come and hold auditions on X date. I can't imagine it not working. Now, I don't know how you, I don't know. I don't know anything about it, but I know that's what they're doing. Eve says she'll do some doo-wop. Ain't nobody gonna pay me to sing. Just because she asked me to sing doesn't mean that anybody would pay me to sing. I am the kind of singer that white people think can sing, and black people are like, there's better singers at my church. Sit down. All right. I'm so excited. Okay, because I think we're about to see Angelisa taking her show on the road, and I think we're about to see wait, I'm scrolling. I'm sorry. Our eyebrows. Where are you? I think we're about to see her out in the world. Tori. I think we're about to see Angelisa and Tori take off. I'm not kidding y'all. I mean report back. When I say report back, I mean report back. Yes, Jazzy's all over the internet. She does more than that. She does more than comedy. I think she actually has she might host a festival or something. Angelisa, so I just talked to a woman who lives in Costa Rica, and Limon, Costa Rica is doing, I think they're doing an arts festival. Okay, I need to find a way to write this down so I can remember to give you her info. Yeah, Limon, Costa Rica. Costa Rica has a good history with black people. You know what I mean? So black expats love Costa Rica. And there's a group of black expats doing things in Costa Rica, cultural things. I'll try to remember. I'm going to take a screenshot and I'm going to do this so I can remember to send it to you. Boom. Okay. Who next? Who next? Okay, I think that means I've answered every question that you have in your heads. Okay, so we've talked about making money online, or we've talked about working from anywhere, or like, I guess making money online is no longer an appropriate title for this video because we've talked more about making money while abroad. It's more like that, right? Different ways to make money while you're abroad. Whether you're traveling full time or you've moved abroad, you can do it. Remember Rashida's thing, her advice that you can probably live in most of the world on what you're spending just on accommodation in the US. If that is a good figure for you, then go somewhere else. Go somewhere cheaper, right? And that's about right. When I was in Delaware, my mortgage I was paying $1,100 a month, and I traveled for that year full time on $1,200 a month. And as we said in Mexico, I spend less than that. because I'm house sitting, right? Even but without house sitting, I would still be spending about $1,100 a month. So don't be afraid of looking into what things cost in different places. In that toolkit, get that work from abroad toolkit, exodussummit.com/toolkit. Get your work from abroad toolkit. And because a couple of our favorite resources for like investigating are in there. I'm telling you, these things are addictive. All right, so don't come back talking about how you started researching on the earth awaits and now you have quit your job. Okay. I am warning you. But if you get your toolkit on exodussummit.com/toolkit, a couple of our favorite tools for like investigating what is it going to cost me in this place, a couple of those are listed on there. You've heard us talk about the earth awaits and Numbeo all the time. Ebony, next time super chat. Okay, Ebony, I will do better. Thank you. I appreciate you guys so much. I appreciate you for being here and for participating, because like I said, it doesn't work without you. When I came up, before my channel started, I came up with a list of videos that I thought people would want, and that's not what we talk about now, right? Because you guys have driven us to driven this channel to a channel that actually helps you, instead of me just telling you things that I think you want to hear, right? I had like 3 different packing videos planned. Nobody ever asked me about packing. It's not important, you know, like in this stage. So I don't know what to talk about until you participate, right? So this works because of you. Thank you. Hi, Mikey. Okay, so say hi, guys. Mikey's been here this whole time, and now she's saying hi. Hi, Micah Lee. So it only works if you're participating. So if you're getting something from this, it's because you're here and you're participating. So thank you. Thank you. I mean that. Thank you. I just got my YouTube wrap-up thing I told you from TubeBuddy. 14,000 hours of my videos were watched this year. My videos were watched for 14,000 hours this year. That's crazy. That's crazy. 100 and something thousand views this year. That's weird. Not weird, but crazy. I'm blown away. So thank you. Again, thank you. Hi, Mom. You guys were quiet this time. Or you know, like my my mom in Delaware. Hadassah, you're welcome. And Hadassah, I won't forget you. We're going to do that video early next year. All right. Okay, friends, I'm going to go hang out. My dogs are sleeping, and so I'm going to hang out with them on the sofa for a while. Who has good packing videos? Rashida has a packing list. If you go to sheetasontheloose.com. But I think she might have a packing video on her channel, actually. But go to her. I know she's got an amazing packing list for people, for women who want to travel long term. She just texted me. I swear, when I say her name, sometimes she can hear it. She just texted me. I just got that notification. So she has an amazing packing list for like long-term travel. And I think she has a video as well. My mom complaining because I won't let her go anywhere. Stay home. COVID says you have to stay home. The governor told you to stay home. Nika, she just realized we were live. Hey, girl, hey. All right, hour and 38 minutes. That's good. Okay, so we covered. So I think in an hour and 38 minutes, I just solved all your money problems. I just gave you exactly the money that you need to go abroad. If I didn't, it's because you didn't ask me questions. I already told you, ask me questions. You're welcome. Thank you so much, friends. Okay, I will see you again next Saturday. I don't know what we're going to talk about next Saturday, but we're going to go. I'm looking for someone to go live with me next Saturday. Seriously, if you know someone who is teaching abroad or who has taught abroad, I'd like to talk on that. I think that that's something we can end the year on. We can talk about something else. If you want to come on my channel and talk, you can talk. I do have info where you can get TFL for free. All right. Nika is your girl. Click on Nika's profile. Thank you. You guys are campaigning for me. Thank you. Please like. Thank you. Please hit the like button. Thank you, Justice. And if you have a video of mine that you like, share it with someone, right? Share it with someone. Every month when I get the little wrap up, I get so many X number of views from like WhatsApp. It'll be like this many views, and it's because you guys are sharing it with people who feel like they could, who you think would be interested. So thank you. So share. Liking and sharing does a lot for me. It does a lot for this YouTube channel. It does a lot for the ad money that this channel gets. And it means that I can keep making videos and keep house sitting and keep chilling in Mexico, and I don't have to wear a coat. You know, that's my life's goal, is just to not have to wear a coat. So thank you. You liking a video, sharing a video means that I can stay here and not have to wear a coat all winter. Goals, y'all. I got goals. Okay. For the 8,000th time. Thank you. Feliz Navidad, Eve. Okay. For the 1,000th time, I'm going to go. Thanks again, friends. I'll see you soon. Okay. But one more time, I am going to link to the workshops. Let's see. One more thing. This is how my mom and I end our phone calls normally. So it's like you guys are on the phone with us. I say I'm going, and then she talks for 45 more minutes. All right, so we're doing workshops on getting residency in Mexico, Portugal, France, Costa Rica, Cayman Islands. We're doing workshops on teaching English abroad and teaching English online. If I know how to share my screen, I would show you. Oh, maybe I can do that. If I knew how to share my screen, I would show you the thing. Did I share my screen? Maybe. Hey, okay. So maybe, I don't know if you can see this or not, honestly. But okay, so we talked about this, 5 reasons your YouTube channel isn't growing. I linked to that earlier. But the workshops that we're doing are the Exodus Expat workshops, where you can talk to someone who has gotten residency abroad. You can find out which type of residency visa is right for you. There's someone we know. Hi, Rashida. And you can find out what type of residency visa is for you, right? Because countries have retirement visas, they have regular work visas, which that's not for us. They have digital nomad visas, right? And so we're going to talk about which type of residency visa would work for you in that country. Mexico, Portugal, France, Cayman Islands, Costa Rica. And then, of course, we're talking about teaching English abroad and teaching English online. We'll have a person from, well, I don't know. We haven't confirmed that, but these are not Rashida and me teaching. We are bringing in guest teachers. Okay. So for some of these, it's hard for me to not tell things that I'm not supposed to tell. You may recognize some of the coaches that we're bringing in, or some of the expat coaches that we're bringing in to talk about residency abroad. You may recognize some of them. Okay, now how do I stop screen sharing? And again, that's exodussummit.com/workshops. All right, okay, so let me go back to the comments. Studying Spanish. Yeah, my mom's, okay. Okay, that's it. Okay. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, happy New Year. I'll see you before the New Year though, but just in case. Bye guys. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you for participating. Bye.